Mr. Kennedy, and he has a lot to say to everyone out there watching. He's gonna be on Wrestling with Savage. Stop yelling so much. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? I'm excited. You're watching this. This is Mr. Kennedy taking a chop from Savage. He just gave me a nice stiff one. Nice stiff one. Oh, solid. So I appreciate you, brother.
You're watching Wrestling with Savage, the best late night wrestling show in the world.
I say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Because they are the best tag team in the world. Tag team.
Be my honor to be a guest on your show.
Christmas fully ranked. Good job, Savage. It's the best hat in pro wrestling. Can't get fucking Raw, man. Yeah. Raw, fuck.
It's MDK and Wrestle with Savage all fucking day.
Okay. What you got over here?
Well, what do we got over here? Have your cake and eat it too.
Look at Eddie.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This
Shut
is
your ass up
Wrestling with
before I
Savage.
make you see
What?
this man. Wrestling with Savage begins now. Yes, Wrestling with Savage does begin now. We are live. We're here, and tonight's a special night. I'm going to bring in Gilch right away because I'm sure he's excited. We have been big Cap fans, and if you don't know what Cap is, you're living under a rock. That's Creative Pro, and it's one of the best wrestling training schools in the country, run by Brian Myers, Pat Buck. Gilch and me have been going there often. Gilch, are you ready? Should we even make this man wait anymore? Are you guys ready for the man himself, Phillip Cardigan, making his debut on Wrestling with Savage? What's going on, Phillip? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how are you? How's it going?
It's nice to see you on here. Gilch, I think there's some craziness going on with your sound.
My sound?
Yeah, I hear it's a bad echo.
You sound like you're in a tunnel.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to play GoldenEye or something, and you're in the submarine mission, and it's not working out well for you.
All right,
You're
let me
about to
figure
get
this
caught
out.
by the Russians, and you're going to get shot up, all right? So,
All right.
Yeah, but not like the Switch version, like the N64. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. He'll be back, though. He's probably trying to troubleshoot that. Do you like GoldenEye? Do you like video games?
You know, I haven't played GoldenEye in maybe 3 days. So
Oh yeah, it just dropped on the 360. So yeah, no multiplayer though. Pretty upsetting.
No, I know. It's a
What do you
crime.
currently play besides GoldenEye, like modern gaming? What are you into? You
Uh,
got Xbox? You're a Sony guy?
no, yeah. Well, I used to be big Xbox. Then I had a PS4, and now I'm strictly PC.
Strictly PC. Okay.
Strictly PC. So I'm playing Spider-Man right now. I just finished.
Good choice.
What did I just finish? Power washing simulator.
Power washing simulator. Yeah, I wish I had like the patience to play a game like that anymore. Just for the achievements, I can't do it.
Right.
But you, my friend, are Phillip Cardigan, and why don't you tell everybody out there? Just give me a quick little introduction on. For the people that don't know who Phillip Cardigan is, who are you, Phillip Cardigan?
Well, you know, for the people who don't know, if you don't know me by now, that's okay. Don't worry, I forgive you. But my name is Phillip Cardigan. I'm a professional wrestler. I like to, I wear cardigans to the ring. It keeps me warm. I'm full screen now. And I'm a big coffee drinker. You know, I drink my coffee in the ring, and sometimes when I do that, I get a little nuts. I get a little crazy. Some people have gotten hurt, you know, both physically and emotionally and with their feelings. And, you know, I'm just a guy, you know, I'm barely a wrestler. You know, I just kind of like to have fun in the ring. And I like to, you know, bust out some killer dance moves and talk about my health benefits. And sometimes I mostly do it because I'm bored, because my wife is off next door with the mailman Josh. They're having their own wrestling matches, but you know, I haven't seen them, but I'm sure she's going to be great.
So is she planning an in-ring debut this year?
You know, it's been a couple of years. I don't know when they're going to stop doing so many matches at Mailman Josh's house, but
You might want to go knock on the door just to kind of get
No,
an idea
I don't.
what's going
I don't
on.
want to. You know.
You don't
Not
invade the
progress.
privacy of the wife.
Right.
I bet you that gets you a lot of cookie points because then she's not invading your privacy.
No.
Okay, that's good.
No.
Phillip
It
Cardigan,
doesn't make a difference.
born and raised in New York City,
Queens.
Queens.
Howard
Really?
Beach.
Yeah. I'm a Queens guy. I'm in Whitestone over here. Now,
Nice.
I was shocked to find out. I don't know if this is true or not. You're 37 years old.
No, that's a lie. That's a
Someone's
lie.
lying about your age because I was like, "There's no way." Somebody
Who
told
said
me
I'm,
that.
who said I'm 37?
Cage match wrestling.com.
Really? Oh, I think I said that as a joke on
I was going to
Instagram.
tell you, you're the best
I'm-
37 looking man, 37-year-old looking man I've ever seen in my life,
Thanks.
man.
Hey, I'm actually 42. Oh, Gilch is back.
Testing,
It's all
testing,
like-
testing.
Sounds good to me, man.
Okay, sorry about that, gents.
It's all good.
Oh, no problem. He's a big fan of yours. Gilch has been watching you way longer than I have because honestly, I didn't even know what the hell was going on. I knew Creative Pro was there, but I was so wrapped up in life. Wrestling wasn't a big part of my life anymore, but that changed last year because I got sick of the gaming. So I needed something else. And I've always been a huge wrestling fan. And I met Gilch, and he started bringing me to all these cap shows. He said, "You got to check this place out, man. They got something cooking over there." So I've been watching you for a while now. It's been about a year. And every one of your matches, definitely 100% entertaining, 100% like fast-paced action. You got a great little shtick going here. And I want to see more of it. I think you should bring more coffee to the ring. If anything, you should increase the consumption of coffee that you drink every day. How many cups of coffee do you drink a day right now?
A day, maybe 3 to 7.
3 to 7. We might want to make that 7 to 14. And Jose, he doesn't wear a vest. He wears a cardigan, okay? The vest, you got that confused with the best in, what is it, the best in the world?
Best
Are they
in the
really
world.
the best in the world?
Yeah, that's these guys. I don't want to put them over, but I guess.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at
We
that.
gotta get that
Yeah.
on. What do we got over here?
Yeah, these are the even Steven buddies.
The best in the world.
These guys are the best in the world. The best in the world.
The best in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see
they're
that?
really good.
Look at
Let's
that.
take a look at you, though, real quick. There you go with your cardigan on right there, rocking your glasses. You got your name tag on just so, you know.
People know, right?
People know what's up, man. You're in the ring right there. You're obviously getting your hand raised. Was that a good night? That was a victory?
I hope I won. I don't remember.
You don't remember? I
But
don't blame
judging off that photo, I probably won.
you. You've had a lot of matches. You've been all over the place. Let's see here. I mean, you've wrestled all these guys. This guy right here, Ricky Smokes, he's really good, too.
Ricky Smokes is probably one of my favorite people to be in a ring with.
I mean, that kid, I think he was like 21. He told me he was driving from Massachusetts. Definitely has the commitment factor there. So it's got to be awesome to get to work with so many different people from all aspects of life and wrestling all over the country. Do you have like some favorite matches that stick out to you in your career right now?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Ricky Smokes is probably one of them. I had a match with him on Cap TV.
Yeah, we saw that
recently.
one.
Yeah, that's on my YouTube. I'm really happy with. Aaron Rourke is somebody who always brings out the best out of me too. I've had some good ones with VSK. Brian Myers too was another one that I really enjoyed.
That's like a dream match right there for
Yeah,
you.
for me it was. Yeah, you know what it is, being around Cap. There's so many talented people. There's a lot of people that are great workers and they bring the best out of you. And I've was able to like almost work everybody at Cap, and I've had a lot of like favorites matches.
Now you didn't first start off at Cap, right? You started off with Victory Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
And where's that based out of?
So that's also Long Island. They
okay.
originated from Deer Park. They were doing the Deer Park Community Center for a while.
Is that a combination? They work together with the New York Wrestling Connection, I assume.
No, that was the completely
Okay.
different thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I never went to NYWC, but I think I joined like VPW because I knew like VSK was there and Kevin Tibbs and Eric James. Ricky Reyes was the head trainer back then, which was he's just incredible, and I knew a little bit about him, but I started there. That was where I first started training. I trained there for a couple of years. Shortly after I made my debut, I think the school closed down. Well, it didn't close down officially. We started training in a different area. Like we left the community center. We started training in a smaller gym, and then it just started dwindling, and then it fizzed out. And then I actually think VSK was the one who told me, like, hey, Brian Myers and Pat Buck are starting up a school. Me and Tibbs and Eric James are going to go. If you should come. And I was like, yeah. So I checked out one of their shows, and I was like, the students there were so they were so new in their training, but they looked like they've been there for years. Like MJF, Bear Bronson, all these guys, Johnny Clash, Max Caster, like for so little they've been training, it's like
absolutely loaded. Cap it has been with talent, and not only did you wrestle at Cap, you also wrestled at Pioneer Valley Promotions. You had a match with Primetime Wrestling. You've had matches with Invictus Pro Wrestling. You've been all over the place. Chaotic Wrestling. I mean, you had your most matches in 2021. Obviously, COVID probably slowed down a lot. So I'm guessing you're assuming that this year is going to pick up for you. Do you have a goal in mind for how many matches you want to have this year? Do you know what the most matches you've had in a year is?
In a year? Not. You know what? I don't.
You've had 25 matches in 2021.
How many?
25.
That's how many I had?
That are reported.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, yeah, definitely want to be over 50. I know some of my guys are like at 100.
Yeah, some guys are getting out there, man.
So that's like, I definitely want to like double what I've done. Sometimes just life gets in the way and there's no excuse, but I really
no, absolutely, man. This is a tough dream to chase nonstop. People have no idea the commitment it takes, the hard work it takes. Forget about the work in the ring and all that. Once you're good at what you do, that comes easy. It's everything else that you have to do to get to that point, to get there, whether it be rent a car, get a hotel, get this, food. Someone's got to do your laundry because those sweaters got to look good. They got to smell good.
They got to smell good.
I mean, I'm sure the dry cleaning bill on those things are not cheap,
They're not.
They're not. Yeah. They're not. And just here's a cheap little pop for you guys. Make sure that you guys go support my man Phil Cardigan. You go over to Pro Wrestling Tees. You can pick up his cozy cardigan. You can pick up his new Caution Hot shirt. If that's for the coffee lovers out there. He's got some other nice shirts out there. He also has Twitch. What do you stream? You stream anything lately?
All right, so I haven't in a while, and the reason for that is because I'm doing a rehaul of my whole Twitch system.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to make an announcement pretty soon. So it's going to be a completely new Twitch channel. Twitch
is great. All I would do is just maybe you can play video games like in a little hot tub while you're drinking coffee. You get like 10,000 people watching you in 5 minutes.
Right? Oh yeah, 100%.
Can we just really quick, George? Savage just wanted to show our viewers just the lineup here and the names that come through this place. I mean,
please do.
The big ones obviously jump out. Everyone knows Caster, Bronson, MJF, Sterling, Chris Stat, Liam Davis, Leo's recently. But for the guys the names that you don't know on here, anyone that's watching, everyone on here is just puts on banger after banger. I mean, the talent that comes out of this school, man. I don't think there's a better school putting on independent shows anywhere on the East Coast.
I don't think so either. And I'm not just saying that because I'm there and I'm like supposed to say that. I truly believe that we're like the best produced. And these people on the wall are like.
Now, my question is that last spot on the bottom right. That's going to be yours, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, unless maybe somebody like who's not on there. Can you pull that up?
Of course.
Yeah, he just got you. I'll pull that up right now. There's a lot of people not on there yet.
Let's see. All right, so Dante's on there, Mike's on there, Leo's on there, Jack Thompson's on there, Smart Mark, MJF. Okay, Bobby's on there. I was gonna say Bobby Jr.
Yeah,
but
Bobby's on.
He's on there. Dude, Bobby Jr. got on there before me.
Well, now we have a reason to have a match.
Yeah, I know. I got to
challenge him right now. That's it. What you got to do is the guys that are still wrestling there that are on this list. Bobby Orlando's one of them. Maybe you go after Bobby Orlando first, then you knock out Vest in the World, and then you save Aaron Rourke for last, and you put him down. Leo Sparrow, I have a feeling you could. I think you have his number, man.
I do. I haven't been in a match with Leo yet, but
I think you're gonna have his number.
I think I'm gonna have his number too. Hopefully, it's not a high number, but I hope
Listen,
I have
man.
it.
At the end of there, right there, that's 2023. I want you to make this your year. That spot needs to go to you. I'm going to put a campaign up for you. The next time we see you live at Old Baby, me, Gilch, and the boys, the Savage Kingdom will be there. We're going to make sure we tear the roof off that place when you come out the door.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Oh, my coffee mug's upset. Hey, I appreciate it.
Okay. So he drank it all. You can't keep it in the, there's not enough coffee.
It's got like the little lid. This is a nice one.
You got to be safe, man.
See, those are the wrestling bills. You got to keep up with these expensive mugs.
That's it.
I'm definitely going to go harass Brian Myers, though, on your behalf.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to it. You can also follow Phillip Cardigan on YouTube. He has some funny content here. I really enjoyed this highlight reel. I made a little one earlier, which why don't we just take a little look at that now so that people can see, just to get a little idea of what you do in the ring.
Most of my time just kind of winging it and mainly just trying to get out of there, and use them as a chair to... It's called I Can't Believe It's Not Cutter. It's basically a regular cutter with half the calories.
Nice, Franz.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Tell me, man, you got the whole shtick down. Like,
Nice.
That was a great 1 minute trailer. It's probably one of the better ones I've seen put together by someone on the indies. And the only thing I would tell you is, man, your channel just needs more content. We need to get you like blown up on YouTube. And it's all about the shorts on YouTube. If you just make 4 videos a day, 15 seconds each, one for coffee, one for motivation, one for maybe entertainment, and then one for sleepy time. Bro, you'll blow up within a month. You'll be a viral sensation.
Thanks,
That was a
man.
beautiful
Yeah.
frog splash, by the way, too.
Thank you.
And I love the cutter. The cutter and, half the calories. That was
Perfect. What a twist on that. Did you think that one up yourself?
I think we were throwing names out there. I forgot who it was who actually said it, the name of it.
So someone said it, it just stuck, right? Like that's
there were so many different cutter names. I was like, oh, what's a good name for a cutter? And then it was like,
it's a nice touch. Listen, let's be honest. It's a nice touch. But yeah, follow my boy on YouTube. He's got Twitter. All right, I'm already following him right here. You go there, you click that follow.
Follow. Oh, you got
it. Great content. No, I want to follow. He's also got Instagram, of course. And most importantly, you can go over to Creative Pro right there and pick up tickets for the upcoming show, which is Oh Baby, which we're going to get more into. We'll be talking about Oh Baby. Let's get back to this real quick. What do we got? That match was awesome. I can't wait till I see the next one between you two. You've had a lot of matches. It says here, did this match happen? Because you said you never fought Leo Sparrow. This didn't happen.
Not yet. This match is a little bit different. I think this show is really pretty creative. So the whole theme of the show is the characters that you normally see and love are actually going to be played as different characters. So CPA, right, is known as Carl Patrick Alabaster, and then myself, I'm going to play Ned Relish. And we're together with a break room.
Okay.
I'm not going to give anything yet.
The Office, the break room. It's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
But it's definitely a cool twist on characters that you see. Like, for instance, Leo Sparrow. I forgot which one he
likes to hit me in the face with his lettuce or kale or whatever the hell he comes out with. I don't appreciate that.
I don't either. Sometimes I'll be in, we'll be in the locker room and he'll be like, "Hey, Phil," and he'll just throw it in my face. And I'm like, why?
Leo seems like he's very busy. I think he's like always doing something every minute of the day too. I don't even think he sleeps.
No, I don't think so either.
Probably from all the greens though.
100%.
Probably very healthy.
It's a spinach overload. I could tell you that. I don't think, vegans should be eating that much spinach, but not that much spinach.
He might end up outlasting Ric Flair the way he eats. If he doesn't start drinking and flashing anyone on an airplane, should have a good career.
Well, he should definitely cut back on the lettuce. I'll tell you that. And I don't mean
want to add some meat to that diet too.
Listen, maybe we get him on here and we talk about it. I don't know.
I've tried hitting him up. We got to keep trying. He's a busy man. But here you are in the ring. You see your gimmick and everything you do in the ring. It looks like you're just genuinely having a good time. You're dancing, you're flowing, and then of course you're pulling off like sick moves that somebody might not expect, because you're in there just dancing 1 second, and then the next thing you turn into this crazy professional wrestler, just hitting a nasty cutter or a super kick, or hitting someone in the nuts off the top rope. I've seen a lot. We got some nice shots, and apparently you like to spank people too. What's this?
Yeah, I haven't spanked anybody in a while.
It's been a while.
I think that was the last spanking I gave.
Are we holding back on the spankings?
Yeah.
Explain this. Why do you have a crown and a king? You were the king of New York?
Oh yeah. So So the picture on the left, I pulled a cramp mid photo shoot, but the picture on the right, I won the King of New York tournament, which was crazy because I didn't even know I was in a tournament. I kind of just won the match and they gave me a crown.
You just kind of showed up and became the King of New York.
Yeah, I wasn't even booked, I don't think. And then I won the match and they gave me a crown and the cape thing and the staff. I lost the staff, but I didn't tell them. And now I realize they probably know that because I said it on air. But yeah, I became the whole king of like New York, and New York's pretty big. So I think that's.
Are you still the current king of New York?
I am. Nobody's beat me for that title.
I love it, man. You should get on the mic and let everybody know, man. And you did it well. What's your favorite brand of coffee, or do you make your own coffee?
My favorite brand.
I figured that would be an important question to ask.
That is an important question.
Has anybody ever asked you that before?
No. What I've gotten asked is, how do you take your coffee?
Okay.
Nobody's ever asked me.
That's a great question too. Actually, I want both answers now.
It is. I'll give you both, but nobody's ever asked me what brand I like. I do like. I like a dark roast coffee. That's like my thing. I'm talking 7 scoops of Splenda. I know it may seem like a lot.
Sounds like my mom.
Yeah, it's not a lot if you really think about it. Like 8 would be a lot, but 7's not a lot.
Nah, 7's fine.
Yeah. I do switch off between Starbucks and Dunkin'. I think I like Dunkin's holiday flavors, and I think I like Starbucks's, regular kind of stuff.
But do you have a favorite holiday flavor in general? I'm guessing it's pumpkin spice, maybe?
No, that's a common misconception with me. No, but I like gingerbread. It's one of my favorites. I don't like white mocha.
White mocha sounds okay.
Yeah, I never really got into it. But gingerbread, anything like ginger, I like. Pumpkin spice is good too.
We're gonna have to go for some coffee. I know some artisans that actually make very fine coffees here in Queens.
We will 100%. Listen. Oh my, it's upside down, but we will definitely 100%.
You like cheesecake?
Do I like cheesecake?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
is that a serious question?
Cheesecake,
are you a human?
Cannolis.
Love cheesecake. Love cheesecake.
All right. Okay. My family, they have some nice bakeries. Pretty good.
They own them?
Yeah. So we'll get you. We'll get you taken care of. Either we'll do one of two things. We're gonna sit down, we'll have some coffee, we'll have all the cake in the world you want, or if you want, we do some late night nice. All right. After it closes, we get you some VIP access. You can walk the aisles, take anything you want, have literally a buffet.
Is this on the books or off the books?
For you, it's you're covered. You're good.
Okay. Yeah.
You have me with you, so
I wasn't sure if you were a cop or something, and said.
And then of course they make you some coffees. We can get you like a buffet of coffees. We'll do a whole thing, maybe a coffee cake tasting with Mr. Cardigan.
Oh,
all right,
that'd be great. We'll do it live.
You might know the bakery if you're from Queens.
Which bakery?
Martha's Country Bakery.
You know what? I don't. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Most people in your line of work right now are too busy to know what's going on with the rest of the world because they're too busy taking over their own little personal world.
I saw one of the comments says I want what Gilch is having. What are you having, Gilch? You seem very giddy.
It's just water, to be honest with you.
Sure it is. Yeah,
usually
water,
we should be off the air by the time I'm in another dimension by around like 11:30.
Yeah. That's Michael Jordan's personal juice. That stuff.
Yeah, secret stuff.
The secret stuff. There you go.
The secret stuff.
Now, let's get back to the slideshow, though. So you were the king of New York. You like to party. You're there partying with, looks like Matt Cardona over there. Are you putting on a show for Mr. Cardona?
Matt Cardona's doing my dance right there.
He's doing your dance.
And I didn't even pay him to do it.
Are you What a story! And are you disappointed that he didn't participate in the Royal Rumble?
Oh yeah. I'm glad Chelsea was there.
Yeah.
I was happy to see Matt. I was hoping to see Matt, but I was happy to see Chelsea there.
What do you think of Matt's career the last couple of years, man?
I think he's done his best work of his career. I think he left the WWE, and I don't know if people really thought of him as what he is now, and he proved everybody wrong, and he's had easily one of the best runs he's ever had, and I
Definitely
think
deserves that Independent Wrestler of the Year award.
No
without
doubt
a doubt.
about it.
100%.
Kind of happy he's with Impact still a little bit, so he can do his thing with Myers, have some matches there. I really like what's going on with Joe Hendry right now. So it seems that you're a fan of the product. Do you watch all the shows weekly?
I try. If I can't watch them weekly, I try to watch clips and kind of catch up on there.
Do you have a brand that you prefer right now over anything else?
No, I kind of just not prefer. I just kind of really watch everything. I actually really enjoy watching everything now. Like genuinely, I think we're in a very, very good era right now. Whether people think it or not,
This is the golden era, the new golden era.
I think it's the new golden era, yeah. And I don't, maybe a couple of years ago, I don't know, but now I think
Phil. I've said it to a couple of guys, Phil. I feel like AEW coming on national television, and people watching them on television, and then they say, "Wait a minute, this guy I just saw Wednesday night on TBS TNT is now wrestling at my Knights of Columbus down the block." And I think that's kind of helped the indie scene, like the last couple of years. Really, the crowds are just getting out there now. I feel.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
There's work everywhere, man. I mean, look at all the different promotions that are putting on shows each month. I mean, my calendar is jam packed. Like it's, I can't even explain to you how packed it is with wrestling events now. But speaking of wrestling, I want to actually ask you, what's your first memory of professional wrestling?
My first memory
of you sitting down, watching it, consuming it, enjoying it.
So I moved from Howard Beach to Long Island when I was, I think, 7, and I met my next door neighbor who was the same age as me, and we were kind of just becoming friends and talking about what we like and stuff. And he was like, "Do you watch wrestling?" And I was like, "No." I'm like, "What is it?" And he came over and he put on I think it was Raw. It was 2001, and it was during the invasion angle. And the first thing that I remember seeing was the segment between Trish Stratus and the Big Show, and I was like, "Wow, that's a really big man." And then I saw a match. I think the first match was Jeff Hardy versus the Hurricane. Maybe it was my first match, but then the whole show was just insane. And then obviously I fell in love with it, and I fell in love with how these guys are larger than life. And
probably took less than a month, and you were addicted.
No, it took less than an hour.
Yeah. So how did your parents manage to keep you away from professional wrestling for 2 years, 3 years? You were 4, 5, 6. Wrestling's pretty mainstream. You were going to school. Nobody at school was talking about Stone Cold.
It was the talk of the town. I remember RVD was starting to get over in the WWF, so everybody had RVD merch and stuff. I remember that. My cousin actually photoshopped herself with a picture of RVD, and it blew my mind. She told me it was real.
Nice.
She's like, "I met him." And I went and told all my friends. I was like, "Your cousin met RVD." And then
we had a kid like that in my school, but back then Photoshop didn't exist. Apparently he was on the airplane with Stone Cold and Mike Tyson for that press conference in Boston. Sure you were. Sure.
Yeah. Right.
No proof though.
No proof.
Yeah.
Right. When she told me she photoshopped it, I was devastated. I had to go back and report and be like, "Guys, she's not that cool."
What was the first live show you went to? And then second part to that question is, when did you know that you wanted to actually do this and become a professional wrestler?
Great 2 questions. So my first live show, it was at the Coliseum, the Nassau Coliseum, and I remember it was a house show, and it was Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold in the main event.
Wow.
And Stone Cold was it might have been either a house show or a Raw taping, whatever the case. Maybe it was a Raw taping. So Stone Cold was my absolute favorite, and I couldn't wait to see Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold. And when the pyro hit for Kurt Angle, I hated fireworks, like absolutely hated fireworks. I was bawling. I was like, ah! And my dad had to like take me out for a little bit just to calm down because I wasn't expecting it. I hated fireworks. And then by the time,
that shit just messed you up.
It did. And then I missed half of the match I actually wanted to see.
So if you're in like WWE, let's say in a couple of years, and they want you to have pyro with your coffee stomp or whatever it is that going to be a problem?
Well, here's the thing. I've outgrown that.
I think that would be great. Just like skit, like, you know, everybody comes out with their pyro, does their big like, oh yeah. Maybe you just come on and you're fucking terrified of it.
Well, it wouldn't be a skit.
Yeah,
real life.
Well, that's even better.
Right.
That's entertainment.
It's a skit, but it's real life.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. You gotta stay face. Unless they watch this, but it's okay.
Right.
No one's gonna watch this.
This isn't live, so we're not gonna. You could edit this part out, and we'll tell everybody.
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely not live. Not at all. Why would we go live in 2023? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Jose actually did have questions for you. He wanted to talk to you a little bit about VPW and how it was working with all the wrestlers there, taking the advice and then applying it to your character, Grammar Cop. Right, that was a whole different character. I think we definitely have pictures of that.
That's a great question.
That is a great question. I hope Jay's still here to hear the answer.
Every time I enter, I don't remember making that.
Did you make this, or someone made this for you?
No,
I think Hallmark and you and Hallmark are meant to be. Let's be honest.
I forgot about all these.
And oh wow, look at you! You're being a bad boy over there to the left. Wow.
Yeah, that's Prison Phil.
Now, who photoshopped your face there?
That was me, but it's not photoshopped.
Tell me about this match, but first you can answer Jay's question.
Yeah, let me answer Jay's. So wait, what was the question? It was. I
want you to talk about VPW.
Oh, okay. So when I first started with VPW, I was around incredible talent, like I said, like VSK, Eric James, Kai Katana, who's now Filipino Grigio, Ricky Reyes, and I didn't. Whenever I thought about like wrestling and who I wanted to be, I could never think of a character, right? Like the worst thing, like you hear it all the time, is like, I want to be myself, but amped up to 11. Like I didn't know who I wanted to be. So the promoter kept asking me like, hey, you have like any idea for a thing? And I'm like, no, I'll think about it and I'll get back to you. I can never think of something. I'm the person that like dwell on something so much that it like hinders my progress of getting to where I want to be. You know what I mean? So one day he's like, hey, listen, I've had this idea for a character that I really think would go over well, and I think you would do it really well. He's like, it's about like this grammar guy. He's a police officer. He corrects people's grammar. He's a heel. He cuts a promo every match and corrects people's grammar. He's like, you want to do it? And I was like, no. And I no, thank you. And he's like, all right, I guess, all right, whatever. So he pitches me again. He's like, hey, Grammar Cop, I was like, you know what? No, I don't know. I'm not going to do it. So what ended up happening was he put me in a stable with, this was my debut. So two wrestlers were, there he is. There's Grammar Cop. You could see the picture on the left. No vest with the vest, picture on the right, no vest. I started hating the character more and more as the years went on. And it shows. So the way it started was there was two wrestlers that were doing a greaser gimmick, right? And Happy Days, they would come out, they would hit the jukebox, the music would play. And it was a really, really like, it was a bigger guy and then a guy who's my size, my look. And he said, hey, I'm going to put you in a stable with them, and you guys are going to run roughshod. You're going to be like the greaser gang or whatever, toothpick in the mouth, leather jacket. I was like, yeah, absolutely. And one guy was called OA, Mr. OA, like OA, so Italian. And then I was going to be AO. Like, OA. So, right.
Hey, la fangul.
Yeah, well, right.
You're
talking to me? Yeah. talking. Right. So, what happened was I was supposed to make my debut in a Rumble, right? And 3 weeks before I make my debut, one of the guys quits.
Oh no!
Like the muscle of the group, and I was like, all right, whatever. I guess we'll just be a tag team.
And what, they just dumped the whole story?
No. So what happened was he quit. I'm like, all right, I guess we're being a tag team. 2 weeks, a week later, the other guy quit. So I'm like, they're gone. And I'm like, I go to him. I'm like, am I still doing this? He's like, yeah. I'm like,
all by yourself.
Like, introduce myself and kind of, and he's like, yeah, just, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Be all right.
So I make my debut, right? And their music plays. So the fans already know who they are, but they have no idea who I am because I'm making my debut. So I come out there and I already look like this other kid. I'm the same height, same look. We look very similar. I come out, I'm doing the whole thing, and everybody's like, oh.
Who's this guy?
That the same? Honey, is that the same person? And I'm like, so whatever. So it that wasn't working for the longest time, and I felt it, right? And one day he's just like, grammar cop. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And on paper, it works, right? Heel character, grammar cop, corrects everybody's grammar. Everybody hits a grammar cop, right?
Right.
Bad guy, and a promo.
Just an asshole. That's what
right,
grammar cop's supposed to be.
But you know what it is, man? It wasn't. Have respect for the Cardigan. That's what I'm saying. Right. So it wasn't my thing, and I lost interest after a while. But the thing was I kept hearing some type of reaction because on paper it's a good character, right? I used to have little 8x10 citations with different nouns and stuff, and I would sign them, and those would sell pretty decent. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll stick it out a little longer. But taking advice, I was always getting advice from the VPW guys and what to do and how to better my character, and it always helped. So to answer his question, I hope I did, but it was I don't remember what the core question was, but
there was kind of what you learned from there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who helped just character development over there in general, and same thing with
the sweater character created there.
So what happened was so I went to Cap, right? And I went to Cap as grammar cop. I was in the faculty with Smart Mark Sterling, Raleigh Allen, and Wally the janitor. And at this point, I completely lost interest of the character. So I started thinking about, new ways to. I started. Is it? is sorry.
Hey, yeah. I don't know.
Is it good?
I hope it's good.
Oh, I'm on my laptop right now. The camera's moving a lot.
No, I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to him. I just heard something.
Are you not talking to me?
With that? No, not that kind.
Oh, okay, good.
We got our own little inside joke. Don't worry, Gilch doesn't even know what happened. The gummies are kicking in. It's gummy time.
So what happened was I lost. It's hard to go off from there.
Yeah, you might just get away. Don't look at the private chat.
That's what I started losing interest in grammar cop, right? And it kind of was showing a little bit, but I was trying to figure out what I wanted to be. And again, even making a character in SmackDown versus Raw, I could never do it,
Yeah.
So I was in a Rumble, right? And I had an idea for the spot where do you remember when Brock? I actually just saw this clip the other day, and it was the same thing that happened. Do you remember when Brock and Cena? I guess they were in a hardcore match, and Brock jumped off the stairs over the ring.
Steel stairs, and so it looked wild. Yeah, absolutely wild spot.
So I did that before that actually happened. I wasn't trying to copy that. I did it off somebody's back to try to eliminate somebody in the Rumble. So the same exact thing happened, but instead of me being, Brock Lesnar's size and landed the same way, I landed straight on my head. I was knocked out cold. and
Nice.
a huge
Was
concussion.
that your first concussion?
No, I had another one in VPW before that too.
Yeah,
Again,
concussions are not fun, man.
No, they're not. They
Not a
and
good time at all.
they weren't like minor ones. I was like knocked out for a couple months. You know? So it's
Yeah, I had one like that one time. I knocked out for about 2 minutes, and then when I woke up, I had no idea who the hell I was or where I was. So I've been through that shit, and it's not cool. It's not fun. And, you know, that's part of the game, though. It's a dangerous business, and that's what you sign up for. Anything can happen. And usually when people get hurt, the crazy shit is it's usually off some simple, dumb shit. You just pull your whole shit out with, like, you know, a step, hitting the ropes the wrong way, just going over the top rope, body slam, land, you know, twist your. You never know.
You never know. Like, people turn a certain way. It's, you know, people think like, oh, you know, this spot is so crazy. But it can happen anywhere.
When you first started training, man, like, was there anything that intimidated you about like the business in general, or like the approach to training, or the fierce physicality of everything?
Well, I mean, not at first, because I was
obviously not, because you're still doing it, man. But a lot of people, you know, they don't make it past that second day sometimes.
Oh, it's crazy. It's tough, man. I mean, I remember I was so excited. I never did sports, right? I was never an athlete. I remember trying to do amateur wrestling, but I saw there was no ring in there. I'm like, I'm out of here. So, you know, it's like the first day I was like, no, I didn't know anybody in the business. I didn't know what to expect. There were no like YouTube classes on like what to YouTube videos on what to expect, right? So I went there and I was like, oh my first practice, I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I haven't thrown up since the 3rd grade, and I'm probably gonna throw up. I didn't throw up, but
Probably.
What?
Probably came close.
I did. I came very close, and I even recently I almost threw up at a practice too. Like, it's crazy. So it doesn't change. But I remember asking myself, like, on the car ride home, I was like, do I actually, you know, is this something I could do? And I was like, if I quit now, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. And, you know, thankfully I didn't quit yet, but
no, I don't think you are. You push through all the toughness, man. And that's what it takes to be a pro wrestler, because you got to get ready. If you want to start making money in this business, like in a next generation kind of way, you're going to be on that road.
It's not easy,
200 days.
It's not. I tell the newer students, I'm like, listen, just be prepared, because it's not. I think some newer kids come in and they think it's one way, and it's, you know, it's not as hard, or it's like an acting class. It's tough.
You know, some young people are very hard to get through. They have a certain mindset.
They see some of the young talent on TV, and they're like, "Oh, I can move like that. This is easy." Yeah, okay.
No,
absolutely. There you had. I saw this match with you and VSK. I was really excited to actually watch it. You guys killed it, by the way. Just great match, great performance. I love the little match. You had a match, and then you had another match. I mean, the little wrestling buddies had a match, and that was great.
This was great, by the way.
Who came up with the whole thing for the wrestling buddies match, and who came up with the Shawn Michaels poster?
Oh, okay. So that's a funny story. So, that's this guy. You can find this. You can message me for one of these, or you can find me at a show and I'll send them to you. Small, cheap plug. So these I had these made, right? And VSK hit me up about these and got these made as well. So when the match was announced, he was like, "Hey, I have a funny idea that we could do with the buddies or whatever, and we're, you know, a quick match or whatever." So, you know, that was the idea. And it was a fun idea. I think, you know, the fans liked it, hopefully. And the idea was we were going to give them to each other as Christmas gifts, and then see which buddy is better, and then have a fake match, and then have a real match. The poster, I printed that out because if somebody doesn't know, VSK loves Shawn Michaels. Huge Shawn Michaels fan. Big influence on his career. So didn't tell him that I was going to do this. I printed out that Shawn Michaels Playgirl poster without telling him. I was just going to pitch it to him and be like, hey, I don't remember how I was going to do it. I think I was just going to like frisk him and then find it on his person or whatever. So he said, hey, let's do this thing where we pull the buddies out of a Christmas bag. Not this one, not this guy. This one. We'll pull the buddies out of a bag and we'll surprise them. So then I said, "Oh, I'm gonna put the Shawn Michaels poster in the bag and rib him and not tell him and see what he thinks." So when you watch the match back, that's his real reaction seeing the Shawn Michaels poster. he had no idea, and it's very hard for me to hide it.
No, that shit. I was there live, and it got a huge pop. You got a huge ovation. Everybody, like, the whole thing was over. The whole segment was over. Everybody in the building was enjoying it, loving it. And then just the look on VSK's face when he sees the Shawn Michaels poster, it was a nice touch. So you guys set that up like perfect. It couldn't have been done better, to be honest. Speaking of Cap, I also was there for this match when you went flying off the top ropes right into this gentleman's nutsack. That's a wrap for him, man. He's hopefully feeling better. What was that like working with Bully Ray?
Oh, it was insane. It was
Is that your first time working with Bully?
Oh yeah. It was like probably like one of the coolest moments I've ever had wrestling. Like looking back on my
career,
I would
imagine that was up there for sure.
That's probably like top 2 maybe. That might even be number 1. I don't know, but really, really cool, really fun experience. I was so excited when they announced the match. And like, you know, like me
some good spots in that match.
What's up?
There were some great spots in that match.
Yeah.
You definitely had the freedom with the facility. You know, you could really get up there.
Right, and he like pushed me. He pitched me doing the what's up and all the stuff, and like he just wanted to have like a good match that made sense and it was fun. It was great, man. He's unbelievable. He's so much knowledge. I was always a big fan of the Dudleys growing up, so it was really cool. Really cool. Really cool.
He's something else, man, and he's doing his thing on Impact right now. How about this man right there? Is that a young Bryce Donovan right there?
That is a young Bryce Donovan. Yeah,
he's come a long way. You have any update on his hand situation? I heard he got a little hurt.
Yeah, he's going to be out for a little bit. It seems like he's making progress. I'm hoping to see him soon and get the Cap, the title. It sucks because he's one of the most talented people I know in this business.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. I mean, he's already had matches on AEW Dark. He's definitely, heading up there. So what's the story with the championship title? Is he still the champion, or are they going to vacate it, or are they going to have a tournament?
I don't want to. There's some
breaking news that we can't spill.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to see February. I
was trying to see if I could get something out of you. You can't believe it. And I got you here. I might as well ask. Obviously, we're Cap Marks. Here's another picture with, like you said, one of your top moments being in the ring with an absolute legend, Hall of Famer. One of the most decorated tag team champions of all time. And speaking of tag teams, I wanted to ask you: do you prefer single matches or tag team matches?
That's a great question. I think I prefer. I think I prefer. What's up, Jake, the Tribal Chief? I probably. It depends on. So, like I said, growing up loving like the Dudleys and I love tag team wrestling. Like it was always tag team wrestling.
Well, you grew up while you're watching it at one of its peaks, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's.
Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian. Do you have a favorite tag team of all time? Is it the Dudley Boys?
It's probably the Dudleys. There's so many though. Like I loved Beer Money. I loved
the Beer Money was great.
Beer Money was awesome.
Absolutely.
The Rockers. There's so many, and it was always more interesting to me to have 4 people in the ring instead of just 2. So in a sense, I kind of prefer tag team wrestling because there's just so much more creativity and so many more things you could do with it.
Do you sometimes feel like you are more of a sports entertainer than a wrestler?
Yeah.
Do you want to be more of a wrestler or more of a sports entertainer, or do you want to try to mesh the two together into something like a Jericho, where like you're just constantly evolving and just you want to be on the entertainment aspect, but at the same time you want to be able to kick someone's ass?
Well, I think the way Phil Cardigan goes is definitely both, right? Like Phil, myself, is very he likes to entertain. He likes to make the fans laugh and do silly things. But when it comes down to it, he's got to be a butt kicker, right? Like you can't just you know, you can't just make people laugh and try to win matches. At some point, you're going to have to turn the dial up. So it definitely needs to be a mesh between the two. I think why Jericho is one of the greatest of all times is because he's been doing it over 20 years, and he's always been interesting or entertaining. Like, he's always improved on his character as both a sports entertainer and a wrestler, because he's going to have a great match, and B, he's going to be entertaining. So he found a way to constantly for over 20 years mix the two, and that's pretty much the goal. And I think that's what everybody should strive to be, is both.
He's like the current GOAT. One thing maybe you could steal from me if you want, I think your character should have levels to it, and each level is based on what kind of coffee you come to the ring with. So you could have your regular coffee. Maybe one night you have decaf. You know, you come down, you have a real, you know, maybe stale start, and then maybe you go outside and you have a little espresso shot.
Your opponent secretly slips you decaf.
Latte. Oh, yeah.
In the ring.
That's
That's
happened.
happened before?
Aaron,
you ever come out with an espresso or one of those little, like, you know, cafe,
Italian.
Nescafe shots? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You can get really into it. Latte, macchiato. I mean, it can be
something
crazy.
I want to start doing is like getting, you know, like different coffee brand sponsors.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
with that. That's on my radar for 2023. And you know,
I think you should look into just making your own coffee.
Yeah, you know what?
Tommy Dreamer has his own coffee. If Tommy Dreamer can do it,
he really? I didn't know that.
Yes, he does. Hardcore Cafe.
I got to hit him up.
You should hit him up
buddies.
if you can. Yeah.
I've met
Phil
him.
Cardigan's special blend.
Godfather has his own coffee too, but there's a little something special.
Well,
in
he's
there.
got
His
the
coffee.
special.
Oh, he's got
coffee.
the
absolutely.
Oh, that's a
You
follow.
can go down that route too, man. You just move over to New Jersey and start it over there.
maybe.
No problem, man. There's options, man. I'm definitely tell you this. You probably don't need my advice, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Well, when you start making the millions and the millions,
Right.
just make sure you invest some of it, so this way you can have money coming back to you the rest of your life. So this way, when you're not wrestling, you're still making money. Don't be like MC Hammer, man. But you look like a smart guy. You look like you work at a bank. You don't look like you get in the ring and kick ass. But that's a good thing.
That's the whole thing.
They won't see you coming, Phil Cardigan.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like this right here, you know, this handsome facade, right?
Look at him.
He's right. See?
Look at him.
I mean, that's just.
He's getting in the ring right here with swag, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. That's
absolute swag. And what's going on with that action figure? That is incredible. With a little
I sold that.
That is beautiful.
That was a one-of-one 3D printed and painted by me, Phil Cardigan, action figure.
I love how it says age 45 plus.
Yeah, there's a lot of good.
You realize that in like 20 years that's going to be one of those figures going for like $1 million. Like, who's got it? Who's got the line one first in the line Phil figure?
Did you autograph it for him?
Of course. Of course. Yeah, I like to do. I like to do like stuff like that, like for the merch tables. Like, see, like I like the Major Pod has these bendies and stuff, and all like the figures and stuff. I don't know if I'm that popular yet to get like a bendy or something, but I could try to just do my own kind of stuff and print it and paint it.
I'll tell you this: you're more entertaining than Danhausen, and he's got a buttload of merchandise.
I don't know about that.
I think you are, man. I'm fed up with Danhausen because at least you wrestled. Damn it, this guy just comes out, points at people, and doesn't even get in the ring.
You were supposed to hit him with the question first, Savage. Do you know who the #1 merch seller is in all of AEW? And that's
probably already knows. It's Danhausen. Did you know Danhausen's the #1 merch seller on Pro Wrestling Tees for like a few weeks?
Well, that
now?
Pro Wrestling Tees, I knew. It's good for him, man. He's worked hard at his craft, and he deserves it. You know.
He's busting his ass too. I can't even say anything because he's been on the grind, man. He's making his money. He's doing his thing. But yeah, that action figure's awesome. You're awesome. You do a lot of things from home. You make videos. You do your own vignettes. And I love that you have your own take on a lot of different styles of like storytelling. You know, I want to see more of it. I think that if you get a comfortable rhythm going and you pump out maybe one video a week, whatever it is, you're going to tell people a hell of a story on your rise to the top of the Cap roster.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's definitely, you know, content. I'm actually, it's funny you say that. I'm working on like a content calendar right now.
That's awesome.
And I'm trying to figure out like what you know, I know you mentioned shorts before. I've been doing more shorts.
Well, you can make one video and then you break it down into 4 shorts. So it's still one video that's 4 shorts. All the shorts are for is it just gets you out there to a different set of people that would regularly not even know your channel exists. And that's where you get the new subs from.
Yeah.
Especially if you do it, if you program it so that you schedule it, let's say one video at 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. So every hour, 1 15, 20-second video scheduled to drop. So this way you're not...
Can you do that with shorts?
Absolutely, yeah. Pretty sure you can through the YouTube Studio.
I gotta look into that.
Yeah, it's all. It's 2023, man. You can do anything.
Do anything.
You know what the best part about all the content that you have is? It's hilarious. It's
genuine good content. That's what I'm saying. I want to see you. Yeah. You know, if you need a little help making editing videos and you don't have time, send me the raw video. I'll break it down for you, man.
You know who's content? You know who's content?
If you send me a 5-minute video, I'll send you back like 20, 30 seconds.
I might take you up on that. Sometimes I don't have time. You know.
I know. I don't either, but I'm good at what I do, so I do it fast. So I'll also make you a free website if you want.
I
can do that in 2 hours. I did it for lovely Miss Larkin. I finished her website in 2 hours, and all you got to do is buy the domain on Google. It's $12 a year. I'll put your merch on there.
$12 a year?
Listen to me. A lot of people don't know. They're sleeping. They think they have to pay all this money for websites. You go to google.com, type in Google domains, click the first link that pops up. Register your goddamn domain for $12. Change your password to 123. Who gives a fuck? You send me your email, your password. I log in. I make your website.
Everybody knows the password.
Done. Oh, you'll change it again later.
123. Who gives a f? Everybody's gonna know that now. I can't use that.
All right. Well, then you make up one that works for you. You give it to me. I make your website. Done deal, my friend.
You know who else's content and vignettes remind me of yours? The same humor style. Sweeper.
Oh, we've had Sweeper on the show before.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have anything to say to Sweeper?
What's that?
You have anything to say to Sweeper?
I love the Sweeper. He's gotten so over so quick. He's funny. I'll tell you this. I was talking to him 2 days ago, and he was telling me about a promo he's shooting now, and I was like, that's so funny. And it's something similar that I did a couple of years ago. Not to like compare, but he's doing it better. And I'm like, damn, he's got a good mind for like content. And
seems like he's getting the business pretty quickly too, because he's very young. Yeah, he's just getting started, and it's crazy how that gimmick was just kind of organically born.
Yeah, it wasn't even like
because he was just sweeping the ring.
He was just sweeping the ring, and we always used to say it was like that SpongeBob episode where he sweeps the stage, and the people go nuts. And he just ran with it. Like he took it and ran with it. Like not a lot of people.
You never know what's gonna work, man. I mean, but like Gilt said, you got funny content. You got videos like this where you and Macho Man. Is Macho Man your all-time favorite? Speaking of Macho Man? 100%. And a shout out to the Poffel family. He lost his life. I think it was yesterday morning. The news broke today.
Yeah.
Lanny Poffel, the genius. Did you ever see a lot of his work? Do you go back and watch a lot of old wrestling just to kind of?
I try to like refresh. It sucks to lose him, No,
absolutely, man. The guy was ahead of his time on the mic and in the ring. Very underutilized, in my opinion, in the WWE, especially over the last 10 years. He could have still been doing all kinds of stuff in the big time. He probably could have cut a better promo than 90% of the roster. But what are you gonna do, man? But speaking of Macho and all that, do you have like a Mount Rushmore of like all time? I don't want to put you on the spot. If you don't have one,
your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, your Mount Rushmore.
It could be.
Everybody has a different answer usually.
Yeah,
I've gotten this question before. I just for me, it's Austin Rock. Well, what are we talking? Are we talking like because
you can whatever you want? Like you want my Mount Rushmore? I'll give you my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
The mountain that it's formed on is created of Andre the Giant, and then on top of him you have Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Triple H.
So what do you so when sometimes people are like, oh, well, are you doing it off wrestling skill? Are you doing it off this? What are you doing it?
Contribution to the business.
Okay.
And the changes that the business had because of these people. So you had Andre the Giant, who made wrestling everything it is, handed it to Hulk Hogan, while Ric Flair was on the other aspect of it, killing it on that side of the business, showing everybody how to be the man, the jet flying, limousine riding, and then of course Stone Cold creating the Attitude Era and revitalizing wrestling again, which wasn't easy to do. Nobody else did it. Stone Cold did it. He did it with a lot of help from a lot of people, but he was the main catalyst for that promo. And then Triple H for his overall work in the ring and behind the scenes. This guy's created more superstars over the last 10 years than anybody else.
Him and The Rock were.
Listen,
him and The Rock were prime time at a time when wrestling could compete against any show you put on television. Like ratings,
you can have 150
annihilated.
You could say The Rock, Randy, Cena, Undertaker, Mankind, Bret Hart. You can throw any of those. Shawn Michaels. It's hard, man.
I think mine would be like, I don't know. I'm going off like favorite.
This is Phil Cardigan's Mount Rushmore.
Mine's Austin, Rock, Flair, Savage. Austin, Rock, Flair, Savage. And honestly, probably either Taker or Hogan.
Okay. You can't go wrong with that list.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with us. How about current modern day? Is there anybody wrestling in the world today that you have to watch just to maybe get motivation from, inspiration from, ideas from? Just who do you think's the best, like 2-3 workers in the world right now, men or women?
I think MJF is probably up there.
Yes.
I don't know, like he has one of the most brilliant minds I've
He's
ever.
In God mode right now.
Yeah, he's from him like training at Cap to where he is now. He's always had such a smart mind for the business, and he's always been such a hard worker. And now like everybody's seeing like what he's put in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think most of the wrestlers today, like even myself included, don't have the mind he has for like what a good wrestler.
He's like from another era, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. We used to joke like he's in the not the wrong time period, but like he's like ahead of his time. It's crazy, man. He's unbelievable.
It's been incredible to watch his progression. I wish I was there when he was doing his thing at Cap. Did you get to see a lot of his work at Cap? Did you have training sessions with him?
Yeah.
And do you have any like maybe stories that you'd like to share with the Savage Kingdom?
Yeah. I mean, he like I said before, he was one of the early on students that like when I first went to Cap, like. You knew people were gonna have something when you were watching him. Like MJF, like everybody knew he had something. I remember there was like I didn't know too much about him, right? I knew he was like a heel. There was like I think there's a clip on YouTube somewhere. Black Star Coffee Shop in New York City. I got it. All that. Delish. I'm gonna take your word for it next time I'm in the city. So there's a clip. It was him versus Brian Myers, and this was like right as he graduated, and like Brian like gave him a spear, and like he stayed down for a while, and like we're like, oh, I think Max is hurt, and you had the referee coming in, and like some of the boys from the back coming in, and we're like, damn, I'm like, this isn't looking good, and like he's just like not getting up, and I'm like, I'm like, it looked like he kind of like hit his head a little bit, and I was getting kind of worried. All of a sudden he gets up, rolls up Brian 1, 2, 3 for the win. I was like, this son of a son of a gun. And that's when I knew. I was like, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
Because anybody could do that, but nobody could have done it like him.
Yeah, so. He's special, and whenever I get to see him wrestle, I find it, very pleasurable because he's so good at what he does, and the fact that he doesn't do it so much. You have guys who are wrestling 100 times a year, and this guy's having 11 matches a year and then looking insane while he's doing it. He doesn't have that repetition in the ring, at least not on AEW television. I'm sure he goes to Creative Pro. He probably has the keys to the building. Probably goes and takes bumps at 3, 4 in the morning when no one even knows about it. It wouldn't surprise me, because for him to look that good right now, without that repetition, it's kind of wild to see.
I could tell you right now that I know for a fact that just because he's at the top of his game right now doesn't mean that he's not still there working as hard as he possibly can.
Absolutely.
I believe it. Yeah.
I believe it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure if I go down to that building one day randomly at 4 in the morning, you might just see this dude in there taking bumps, and no one even knows it's happening. Not you, not Brian, not anybody.
Yeah, he's just a workhorse. So
you know where he is, today?
What happened?
You know where he is today?
Do I know where he is today?
He went on that cruise. Isn't he on the cruise now with Jericho?
Oh, the Jericho cruise?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. He might be in Creative Pro taking bumps. I don't know. We'll see. No, but you don't get to where you don't get there unless you work as hard as he does. So he deserves.
Absolutely, man. But that's all because of Creative Pro, the hard work they've done. And, look at the hard work they're doing with you. They're pretty much fine tuning you into a wrestling personality, man. And they're gonna help you get on this, and I'm gonna help you make sure you fill this last void here. Gilch, I had this screenshot ready long before you presented it, but it was gonna be a little later in the show. But like I said, you deserve this last spot.
Stop it.
And we're gonna help you get it. So why don't we talk a little bit about Oh Baby? It's coming up February 19th. We have some of the matches here lined up. We're gonna see VSK and Eric James versus Brian Myers and Heath Slater. He has the whole damn event named after him. I think you should take personal offense to that. Do you have anything to say to Heath Slater right now?
Oh baby, hey, listen, I'm bringing Spain with me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, Kevin. He's oh my god, this is gonna be.
Wait, Kevin Kiley Jr. Who's doing? Yeah. Someone needs to be fired.
No, this is gonna be a really good match. I love both these guys.
I believe that's Kevin Riley. Yes.
Yes, but
okay, Kevin Riley Jr. versus Jay George, and Jay George is awesome. I've seen him perform a few times. This is going to be a fun match, and it's nice to see, A-Rye, K-Rye, whatever you want to call him. He looks like he's genuinely having such a good time just being in there with the boys and doing his thing. I'm looking forward to this match. This is going to be a banger.
This is going to be great. I can't wait. Every match so far, I genuinely can't wait for.
Let me ask you a question. As you wrestle, you've been in how many matches like that where it was a triple threat tag team or a fatal 4-way tag team match? Do you prefer it when it's just one-on-one, like there's 4 teams, but only 2 people allowed in the ring at the same time? Or do you agree that it should be 4 teams and 4 people allowed in the ring at the same time?
Probably the second.
So you'd rather it be a traditional actual fatal 4-way match and people can tag in and out like that. I like it too, like that.
Of everybody in the ring at once?
Well, no, like usually, like let's say on Raw, they do like a triple threat tag team match, right?
Yeah.
And then each team can only have one guy in the ring at the same time.
Yeah.
But they don't, not even that. They just do one guy one-on-one.
Right.
There's 3 teams, but it's a one-on-one.
One-on-one, and then you tag
Or it's 4 teams and it's a one-on-one. Do you prefer that, or do you prefer if one guy from each team could be in the ring at the same time? Sorry it took me so long.
No. I get it. I personally, like, I prefer the second one because there's just more room for like creativity and
possibilities for action. Yeah, I think it gets too stale. Do you know that match there? It's going to be a traditional like that, or they're going to do fatal 4-way rules?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'm thinking it'd probably be traditional, but honestly, like, even though I prefer it the other way, there's going to be crazy stuff in this match.
Do you see Slade and Sterling losing their titles here?
I don't know. Slade is a madman.
Slade is a wild man. Yeah, he's kind of
bad man.
But you know what? I'm going to make a prediction here, and I think we're going to see new champs in Midlife Express.
If I had to pick a team who I thought would take the titles off, Better Call Slade, I'm probably going to have to go with Birds of the Sun.
Yeah, they've been on fire too. They've been everywhere. But I lately I've been watching Midlife Express. Their last match, they were really impressive.
They were
at the holiday show,
and they work as a unexpected cohesive unit.
Yeah, Absolutely. So
So-
that's going to be a
But
banger of a
listen,
match.
Don't count out the Brick City Boys because they
I'm not counting on anybody. I don't think you know what's going to happen when you go to a cap show.
No,
Anything
you
is, anything's on the table. Here's a sleeper match of the night, though. 100%. It's going to be a banger.
oh my god,
I Quit match. When was the last time Cap had an I Quit match? Because I've never seen one there.
years.
Wow.
Years.
So this is the first time in years we're having an I Quit match between the Cap TV champion Bobby Orlando and Aaron Rourke. And Aaron Rourke, I love Aaron Rourke. The work, the move set, the personality, and just the swag. I think Bobby Orlando's in big trouble, buddy.
I think I think this is one you're not going to want to miss.
No. This won't be
these-
going to the bathroom kind of match.
No,
Not
this
at all.
is definitely a hold it in for a very hold it in for a while kind
That's
of.
a main event in my opinion. That's a main event match.
Yeah, I'm like genuinely very, very excited to see this match.
This is one of those matches where you will be coming out of the locker room and you will be getting a good spot to
yeah,
watch
I'll
this
be
match.
grabbing popcorn or whatever they, hopefully they give me something free, but I'll be there. I'll be front row seat for that.
Well, you can always come out that day when I come to that show. I'm gonna bring some sweets. I'm gonna bring some cupcakes, some cookies, and I'm gonna bring you some coffee.
Hey,
Hey,
you know how I like it now.
that's right. That's right. We're gonna get him a crate of Splenda.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, this is
Back
gonna
to-
be a great match too.
This is gonna be a fire match right here, man.
Yeah.
I can't even call this one. It's hard to say that Mimi's going to take a loss because Mimi's just dangerous. But Becca is she's elevating her game every chance she gets.
Mimi, yeah, Mimi's very, very. I've seen her wrestle very, very good. Becca's been all over the place. I'm very happy for her. She's unbelievable in the ring.
She's
So,
grinding, man.
She's a hard worker. This is gonna be great. Just that's all it is. It's just gonna be great. This one I'm
Bronson
really
versus
excited
DJ
for.
Crawford. That's
Because-
going to be a hard hitting match right there.
That's gonna be some hard strikes right there. I'll
There's
tell
a
you this.
card. There's a card that day, February 19th. I'm super excited. Now, the only thing I'm pissed about is I don't see you yet. Where's your matchup? Who are you fighting? Do we have a match announced for you?
Oh,
Are
I'm
we
there.
working on it?
Oh, I'm there.
Who do you want to fight? If you could have your dream match at Cap for the roster that remains, who do you want to challenge? Who are you throwing out a gauntlet to right now? You know, I'd like to see you and Dr. Cool throw down.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Probably Dante Drago.
All right, well, I want you to think hard, and I want you to call out this person right now. And let's get this out there on social media. Who does Phillip Cardigan want to face on February 19th at Creative Pros? Oh, baby.
All right. So you know who I want to face? Well, I got a smudge on my clothes. give me Dante Drago, right? I want Dante Drago. I want Jack Tomlinson. I want one of the Steves, not both of them. I want them all in a fatal four-way match. And I want it to be a Starbucks gift card on a pole match. $20, nothing less, nothing more.
Wow. I think that's a banger. We need to set that up, all right? Brian Myers, if you're out there, get it going. We already talked about MJF. I had his slideshow here, but we're not going to bring him up again, all right? That guy's he gets enough smoke up his ass on a regular basis, so he has enough for tonight. But how about this guy?
Oh, incredible.
What do you have to say when that picture pops up?
Unbelievably talented and one of my favorite people. Yeah.
He's a pretty genuine guy, man, until like the fourth time you shove a camera in his face. The
Yeah.
first time you do it, he's cool as fuck. But the fourth time, he's not so cool. He's like, hey, this guy again?
Yeah. No, he's
Next time I'll be a little nicer.
he's unbelievable.
He's a sweetheart, man.
He really is. He's one of the nicest people. He's another one too. Where just like, you know where he's at because I've seen him work so hard. He was another one taking bumps late at night when nobody was there. Like
Very humble too.
very humble, and I think that's just like, Cap's,
You know, he worked at Sirius XM, and the whole time he worked there, he didn't even tell anybody that his dad was a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
And like, you know, people will find out. They're like, dude, you work at a sports station. Why didn't you tell anybody your dad was a Super Bowl champion? Like, oh.
Yeah, that's what you just did. Like, that's something he would do. Yeah.
Yeah, I know him pretty well now. He got mad at me last time because a year ago when I first met him, I told him, "Oh, you guys are definitely going to be tag team champions like this year. There's no way. You guys are killing it. You're killing it. Bowens is killing it." And then after, of course, he wins the championships, I go up to him. I told you you were gonna. He's like, "Oh yeah, you see this guy? He told me. He told me I was gonna be the champion." Like he didn't know, but I called that. And you can ask this guy. I've been talking about this guy for years now. As soon as I saw him cut that first promo, just the swag and the ability to come out, hit the notes, hit the spots, I was like, these guys are money. And that's what they claimed are right now, the most popular tag team in the world.
He was ready. Him and Bowens were ready for the spot. It's crazy. Like,
it's been nice to watch Bowens ever since coming back from that injury. He's competing on another level right now. Man.
Yeah, he's on a mission. Yeah, I mean, like Caster with the rhymes and stuff, he's been doing that for years, and he's always been perfecting them. And like, I still have, like, it's crazy, and this is true. I still have rhymes, like raps that he's done back in the day, like still stuck in my head sometimes.
That's awesome.
He did one with like Gangrel that like it's very catchy. Savage does have a great show. I will say that. Gianna Forever. Is for the middle name?
Yeah, that's Ricky. That's Ravishing Ricky over there. He's on another YouTube channel. He's on. He does stuff with Tantalizing Tony. Probably may know him. He probably comes to a lot of your shows.
I forgot what I had for breakfast this morning. But
I'm with you.
So did I.
I'm with you. Don't worry.
Well, I forgot what we were talking. Oh,
so Max Caston.
Yeah.
You got any cool Max stories?
You
have Max's phone number? He's on that goddamn cruise too. You have MJF's number?
I'll tell him that Savage said that.
Tell him I told him he was going to win those tags.
I'm going to call him. Say Savage knew that you knew he was going to win the tag.
All right, I love it. Let's do it.
No, but do I have any cool Max stories? Hey, every time I'm around him, it's just he's
cool
hilarious.
as shit, man.
He's so funny.
He still lives in New York, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't change, man, because then we'll lose him from the Cap shows.
Yeah, no, I don't.
He's gonna be at this Cap show. I think he's doing special commentary.
Yeah, he's gonna be on commentary, which is gonna be a very, very good treat.
Yes.
He's hilarious. He's so funny. He
anything with a microphone, that guy murders. So
yeah.
How about this guy? What's this guy?
Oh, man. He's there would be no Phil Cardigan without him.
What do you want to tell anybody out there that watches that show that is interested in becoming a wrestler? Why should they come to Creative Pro Wrestling Academy?
It's a very, very easy choice to come to Creative Pro. Brian Myers and Pat Buck. They're very established in the business. They have the track record of their whole careers, just nothing but success.
In all aspects.
And professionalism.
And like besides that, two guys that have the smartest minds, like one of the smartest minds for the business I've seen. The way they teach you is literally second to none. And the proven opportunity there that they're able to, provide you once working hard is undeniable. There is no question why anybody should, not train at Creative Pro. From the trainers to the students to the overall atmosphere of Creative Pro, I've never seen another school like it. And that's, due to Brian, Pat, guys like Caster who helped train for a while, and, MJF, Chris Statlander, like
hell of a program, man. Anybody in the Long Island area, it's 100% worth the drive, whether you're on the north, the south side, doesn't matter. Get your butt over to Creative Pro training facility. Sign up if you have any interest. I know they do tryouts too and stuff like that.
We have open shows every once in a while, which is open class. Like where people can come check down our show and talk to Brian and Pat. Which, if that happens again, I highly recommend it because Pat gives like a nice, gives everybody like a talk, and Brian and shares the school's experience and what to expect. It's very, very beneficial if they're looking to join. And just the knowledge you're going to walk out of there with, knowledge from Brian Myers and Pat Buck is unreal.
Invaluable. invaluable. Pat Buck, man, we just saw him on AEW last night. I don't know if you watched last night. He was in the segment with MJF when MJF attacked Takeshita. So that was fun to see Pat Buck, you know, right there. He's still prominent in AEW. And, you know, Cap has become like basically like a training, breeding ground for superstars like yourself and MJF and Max Caster. And it's going to keep going on and on. But now I'm going to end the show. But before I do, Phil Cardigan, got to ask you a question. I'm going to put on a picture. You can pick one company to start your career off with. Who's it going to be?
Ooh. That's a great question. Well,
I mean, you know the major players. So, I mean, if you can start somewhere right now, where are you going if you got your choice?
Well, the honest answer is any of them. But
okay. At least he's being completely honest. That's a smart answer.
But
I love it when there's a but, Gilch.
Only so. The honest answer is all of them, any of them. But the truth is, like, it would be nice to be at AEW with, you know, my friends and, you know, see them and get to work programs with them. And because I know, like, what they're capable of, you know, Pat Buck is there and, you know, he's obviously got a great mind for, like, as an agent and stuff. So I would probably feel the most comfortable there, I think. And I'd love seeing like Caster, Bowens, the Bears, you know, Smart Mark, MJF. So that would be like the coolest place. Like, you know, as from like
they need to start you off with just infomercials of you selling your coffee for like 2 months, and then literally segments in the back with you giving everyone your coffee, telling about, you know, your coffee all the time, all day, night, until somebody is just sick and fucking tired of hearing about your goddamn coffee, and that's when we get the match, the first 100%. Match.
The other reason too, you just reminded me, is that, and I think there needs to be like a coffee mimosa match with me and Orange Cassidy.
Okay, I like it.
Could
be a breakfast buffet match.
Right, like which is the better breakfast drink of choice, and we can settle that.
It could be the IHOP bacon and biscuit coffee deluxe match, and you know, we're having all these sponsor matches. They have the pitch black match. I heard WrestleMania is about to have a Captain Crunch match. I don't know if you heard about that. So why not the IHOP whatever the fuck with Phillip Cardigan,
the Denny's Grand Slam,
look at you go.
Grand Power Slam, Orange Cassidy, Phillip Cardigan, Danhausen, Smart Mark Sterling. I don't know, I'm just throwing names.
Yeah, why not, man? It's all possible. And 2023 is going to be a great year for you. I feel it. We're going to definitely start that campaign ASAP to get you to become the next graduate and get you on your way. Have you had any talks with anybody from AEW about a dark match or anything? Anything just like that?
No, but I am hoping to get back on maybe like WWE programming as like an extra or something like that. So
you've done work with it as an extra already, right?
I have, yeah. Earlier last year, I was there for WrestleMania.
Your first experience with them?
Yes.
Did you get starstruck at all? Did you see
Yeah.
anybody that was like, oh man?
Well, the problem was, well, it wasn't a problem, but like, where I was on TV, and they needed to keep me in a certain room, but that certain room was where all the legends for what the Hall of Fame were and their families. So I'm just, you have all the Hall of Famers in one room, and then just me with like a coffee cup, like, hey, how are you? And that's, yeah, I didn't get starstruck, but I was a little nervous. I was like, hey, sorry, RVD, you want that chair? Okay, great. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you doing February 26th? Are you booked February 26th?
I don't know. I think Steve Somerset has my schedule. Why?
I'd like to book you.
You got a show? Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Like the crowd here, TPW is fun.
I like that.
Does that commentator sound familiar?
Is that hold on. Is that Santino Marella? No, wait. Is that? Wait, sorry, I got distracted with the wrestling.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Break is underhand, falling for it. Big Samoan hip. Oh, shit. And they're holding out for by the hair. And Bull James.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh, it's Tommy Dreamer versus Phil Insane. Everybody's getting it.
Getting destroyed with the stuff. This the referee. Oh, Fine's broke loose here.
I like this.
And I don't think we have it. Stop this. What a power bomb. I can't believe it.
So yeah, that's BPW.
I like that.
I am the new voice of BPW. I'm commentating all their matches for the remainder of the year. Their next show is February 26th, and I happen to know the booker, so maybe we can get you booked.
Hey, listen, where is it?
It's in Pennsylvania, and the good news is, I'll drive your ass there and drive you back.
That's listen.
Under 2 hours.
Listen, we can chat more. Whatever you want to do. I'd
Sounds
love
like a
to.
plan.
That was a really cool highlight.
That's a little clip I put together to kind of show all the action that I was calling.
Yeah, that's Office promotion of Roman's cousin.
I like that. I'm there. Even if I'm not booked, I'll just wait in the parking lot. It's cool.
I like it. I think we should get you over there. I'm going to talk to Alpha. Actually, we're going to have dinner with him on Thursday.
We're gonna. I don't.
Well, me and
Gilch.
Me and Gilch are gonna have dinner with him, and we're gonna bring up Phillip Cardigan.
I was gonna say I wasn't invited to this dinner.
No, I think we're gonna keep this a dinner for 3 for now. We got to talk some business because Alpha's not paying me the big bucks to bullshit. He needs me to produce and commentate and tell a story here at BPW. That man you saw, Phil Insane. Is that your first time seeing him?
Yeah. But
What'd you think? What'd you think of what you saw so far?
Very impressive. Very impressive.
That guy, he's with Lucius Crow. Bro, these guys, watch out for them. Watch out for them.
They're definitely going to do big things.
They have a package already. But yeah, I'd love to see you get on that show.
Just not if it's not a problem that there's going to be 2 Phils on one show.
No.
One's going to be insane.
That could be a good reason for him to kill you, though. I don't want you to get killed yet.
Because I'm not insane?
No, because he's a butcher. He's a dangerous man. I'm scared.
Oh,
for
can you
your
give
safety.
me I like Black Forest Ham. Can you give me some?
Pretty sure the crowd won't confuse the 2 gimmicks.
If he puts Black Forest Ham in my envelope, I'm okay. Maybe some Gouda. Oh, that's a butcher, right? Cheese? No, that's something else. Black Forest Ham, a little mortadelle, right?
A little sandwich nice combo. Hey man, on the way to Philly, we can pick up some cheesesteak. It's past Philly. It's actually pretty deep. It's out there in the woods, man.
You're going the wrong way. Philly is down.
Yeah. That's like more into
You can just get cheese. You can just get cheese sticks.
It's like 10 minutes south of like Poconos, like prime Poconos.
Okay,
absolutely.
Like an hour, 45, hour 50.
But it's a hell of a facility too. He's Alpha's done a great job there. He's got a gym. He's got a barber shop. He's got a chiropractor. 2 wrestling rings.
Wait, there? He's got
all there in one facility. Yeah.
You telling me I nice chiropractor before the show?
Chiropractor. They have all kinds of cryo cuffs therapy, physical therapy, barbershop. They have a little like food section, fully loaded gym, many bathrooms, and then a huge other room where they have the shows. During the training things, they have 2 rings set up. You got lights, camera, the quality. You saw the quality of the video is not bad at all. They know what they're doing.
You had me at many bathrooms.
That's it. He's in. All right, we're gonna see if we can make that happen. Phil Cardigan, thank you so much for joining us tonight for this interview. And I see big things for you this year. And we will be on the bandwagon, and we will bring you much coffee.
Thank you so much, guys. I had such a great time, and thanks for the support too and all the plugs.
Anytime, brother.
Absolutely, brother. We love you, man. Everybody have a good night. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling with Savage. We'll play the short commercial to end the show. The quick one. Shout out to my cousin for the theme song, as always. What are you yelling? I'm excited. Nice stick.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.